What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 233. Episode 233 of Tuck Rule Takes. The gang is unfortunately not all here. It is me, Mike. Al is here as well. Hello, Al. How are you
Oh,
doing?
hello, Mike. I am fantastic.
Liam is in Oklahoma. Of all fucking places. No idea why. I don't know. Did he tell you why he was in Oklahoma or did he just
I think he said he was going with his fiance to just go enjoy it. I don't know if he has family down there. I don't think he does. I could be wrong.
That's a weird place. But I know there are some people though who do want to go to those random places like Oklahoma, Idaho, North Dakota, stuff like that.
I
So
know.
I don't know. Maybe it's a romantic place. I don't know what they got going on over there. I
Yeah.
don't.
You got to do it at least once. You got to go to one of those states.
I guess. Do you though? Do you have to?
Like two states that I would want to see that I've heard are really, really nice. Colorado and Utah. I would go to one of those two for like a couple days.
Yeah. I feel like Colorado would be one of my on the top of my like random state that I would want to go to.
Oh yeah.
Probably Colorado. I don't know why. I feel like it would look cool. Utah though, Utah just seems like there'd be nothing there, but it would be cool to see,
I know.
right?
Where
Is there anything in Utah? What's in Utah?
dirty sodas, man. What are you talking about? Crazy.
I don't know what that is, Al.
You don't know what a dirty soda is? You've never
No,
heard of that?
is that just like an alcoholic soda? I don't know. What is that?
Wow. I can't believe it's just a soda with like coffee creamer. Like so you've heard of
Oh,
have you ever heard of the show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
yes,
That
of
whole
course. Of course.
so that's where like my fiance Courtney like started seeing it and then she's like, "Here, try this." And I was like, "Wow, this is really good."
Oh,
So
okay.
if you get like root beer and
Hmm.
then, put some like coconut coffee creamer in it, it's actually really, really good. I highly
Damn, I
suggest
might
it.
try that. I might try that. I love root beer. So, and I know root, I feel like that's a like kind of a controversial thing to say. I feel like people don't like root beer that much anymore. I don't know why. I think it's very good. Before we get off this and into sports things, very random question. What's your opinion on Dr. Pepper?
I'm indifferent about it. Like if it's in front of me, I'll drink it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to pick it.
Mm.
What's the other big brand of root beer? I forget it off the top of my head. It's leaving me. Uh,
There's Barks and then there's A&W. Those are the
okay.
two root.
I'd say more of a Barks guy. Like A&W's fine, but like I get the Barks. But you know what? Honestly, going back for a second, Dr. Pepper and the coconut creamer also a good combination.
I do not. I don't think you could torture me to drink Dr. Pepper. Okay. I mean, you probably could, but it would take a lot. It would take a lot.
Right.
But all right, episode 233, we're into it. Patriots mandatory minicamp has started, so obviously we're going to touch on that a little bit. Mike Vrabel spoke to the media a couple times in the last few days, but nothing really big to talk about. But there is one thing we're going to talk about that he said kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And then yeah, probably just if we have any lingering AJ Brown thoughts, and then like I said, hop right into Patriots mandatory mini camp. But first and foremost, Al, you brought it up. You said, should we talk about it? I feel like I agree. We should talk about it. Patrick Mahomes just signed, I guess, like what? He signed with the Chiefs now through 2033. His contract is now valued at 504.75 million. I mean, it's the first NFL deal ever valued at over $500 million. I also read somewhere that the first 4 years upon signing are all guaranteed. So huge deal for obviously one of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen play
Mhm.
in recent history, regardless how you feel about him, how you feel about him as a Patriots fan. Um, I want to ask you though, Al, how do you feel about that huge contract for a guy coming off a very bad, really, I think one of his first really big career altering injuries on a team that really isn't ready to do anything. So how do you feel about Mahomes signing this huge deal through 2033?
I mean, you kind of understand why they signed him. He's the face of the franchise. He's a three-time Super Bowl champion, two-time MVP. Like, if you're going to give anybody that money, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. Like, Kermit the Frog would be proud. But anyways, like Mahomes getting this money shouldn't be surprising to anybody. But at the same time, if the Chiefs want to kind of drag out that window that Mahomes has as being as good as he is, why wouldn't you use that money on something else? Because correct me if I'm wrong here, Mike, but one of their wide receivers is literally in prison,
Yep.
and the your another one of your receivers is Tyquan Thornton,
hmm
and you had Juju Smith-Schuster last year. Now he's on the Giants, but like they're missing weapons, and Travis Kelsey's getting older too. So I just, in a way, I understand it, but also it's like, why are you going to handcuff yourself financially when you're not like? Could you even argue that they're not even at the top of their division right now? Because you got the Chargers
Nope.
in there. I mean, you got the Chargers. The Raiders, they're better than the Raiders are still. I know they did a lot, but I still consider the Raiders awful. But then
Yeah, they're
like,
not good.
and then who's the other team? Like you got the Chargers, and then you have
The Broncos.
yeah the Broncos, and the Broncos just made it to the AFC title game. So like, and with Bo Nix, they're going to be good for years. So I don't know. Again, I get it, but it's also you could have really done something different with that type of money. I don't know, but that's just me. What do you think?
I mean, so that'll be what? Come 2033, he'll be in the league for about 17 years. I think that'll be it because he was drafted in 2017.
Yeah.
That'd be 7, 8, 9, 10,
Like
8, 9,
15,
10, 11,
15,
12.
16 years.
Yeah,
We'll call it
yeah,
15.
15. What I say? Oh, because I got 2017 stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
you're good.
Yeah, he'll be in there for like his 16 years, coming off an injury. I'm trying to put my bias aside, which I feel like I can do for him. Listen, this won't look horrible the next couple of years, but like you said, like he's got this year, this team is not going to make any deep playoff run. If they do, similar to the Patriots last season, a lot of things are going to have to fall their way. And I'm talking maybe injuries to other teams. Like a lot is going to have to happen. I don't know, dude. I don't like you said, I get why they did it. I'm pretty spot on with you with this one. I get it because it's Patrick Mahomes, lock him up, and then obviously you can do what you want with the deals as you get later on in his contract. But like I said, the first 4 years of this deal are all guaranteed upon signing the deal. I'm sorry, but come what is it? We're in 2026. Come 2028, like what's Mahomes' body going to look like?
I
What's
know.
the team going to look like? Because I don't think the Chiefs are going to bottom out to the point where they'll be in like the top 10 picks of the draft. But then I don't think that they're going to be, winning Super Bowls from now until I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to win another Super Bowl. Like I don't think that's a hot take. It might be a take where you're like, oh, really? But then if you think about it, like you said, the team is not built to win right now. How much longer does Andy Reid have? Like, how much longer can you be this offensive genius before people start to figure you out? How much longer can Mahomes run around in the pocket and make these great throws? Like, we've seen all these quarterbacks. We're seeing it with Josh Allen. We're seeing it with Lamar Jackson. The athleticism at some point stops being the end all be all for you. And then you have to rely on, a lot of other things. So, I don't know. Like, good for the Chiefs, good for Mahomes. Like, you guys got your money, you got your guy, but I don't know. I don't see this panning out how they want this to. And I think we're going to see that in the next couple of years, next few years or so.
If he lives out this contract, he's going to be 30, like 7 years old because the contract now is going to end in 2033. It's 2026. So simple math. Excuse me. You subtract the two, it's 7 years. You add, he's 30 years old. 30 plus 7 is 37. So he's going to be 37 years old at the end of that contract. I don't think the Chiefs are going to want to do that. I think that they're going to want to kind of get off that money. And if at that point they're not contending, they're probably going to want to start over.
37 years old for a quarterback who has taken some hits and he has played like this isn't a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning 37 we're talking about. This is a quarterback who relies a lot on his legs, who relies on making those awkward baseball sidearm type throws. Like I don't know, man. Good for them, good for everybody involved, but also good for the AFC because I think this means that the Chiefs are not going to be um I don't think the Chiefs are going to be at the top of the league moving forward. I didn't see what this does to the cap or anything yet, but obviously, like it's guaranteed money, so he's going to be still getting paid a pretty penny there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of. good for them, but also good for the Patriots. Kind of Chiefs are opening the door for them. Speaking of the Patriots, though, with this contract, and this is the part where you brought it up, I didn't even think of how this would relate to the Patriots, but
Mhm.
Drake May, not this offseason, most likely next offseason. Drake May is going to be in line for a gigantic payday. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the biggest contract the Patriots have ever given out. That's what Drake May is going to get, especially Drake May coming off a Super Bowl win, his second Super Bowl appearance. Like he's going to be, he's going to warrant a lot of money next offseason. Mahomes got 504 million. What do you think this does to May's contract? Are we looking at like a 750 million 8-year deal or something like that? Is it going to be something big like that? Or like do you think this even impacts Drake May's deal? Or what do you think? How does this impact the Patriots moving forward?
I don't think Drake May is getting more than Patrick Mahomes. Let's just call it like it is. I don't think that's going to happen. Because don't forget, like I said, Mahomes has won three Super Bowls, has won three Super Bowl MVPs, has won two league MVPs. The contract matches what Mahomes has done. Drake May, as great as he's been, he hasn't won anything yet. Now, granted, had a great year last year, was a Pro Bowler. He was runner up for league MVP. Like he's going to get there, but he needs to do something this year to get a little bit more because I think like a fair number for him would be so let's see, he's 23, 24 years old. Give him like a 6-year deal for like 360. Give him 60 million a year, which is crazy to think about, but
Mhm.
that he's worth it. But you're still, you still are not going to this crazy number that the Chiefs are. Because again, people will think, and I think this too, Drake May's really good, very talented. What has he done to deserve a contract like Mahomes? That's where I'm at. I
Mhm.
don't know if you had a different number or if you were just kind of leaning one way, but I'm curious to what you're going to say to this.
Yeah, I think I like the years, like the 6 years. I mean, I know I said like a 10-year, 8-year deal or whatever, but I think what you're saying is more realistic. Unless, again, if he comes off a Super Bowl win, like all joking aside, then maybe you kind of adjust some things. Maybe he gets a little bit more. But I like around the 60 million mark, which again, like you said, even saying it out loud is crazy. Like this kid from North Carolina is about to get, $60 million a year, like, and be the face of New England. Like, but yeah, I think maybe around there, but I don't know, maybe if the Patriots came to him, they were like, all right, maybe take 56, 55 million a year, whatever. Like, I don't know if he's the type of kid that would like haggle over that, or like I don't know. Like I think that's the thing. Like, we don't know how this is going to go. Like I think everything that we've seen from Drake May is he has a good head on his shoulders. He was raised right. He's got the brothers. He's already got the wife and everything. Like he obviously loves New England. New England loves him. Like would he take that hometown discount? And when I say that, he'd still be getting like 55 million, so it's a
Right.
discount. But like, would he do that maybe for like an extra year, like a seventh year with like an 8th year club option or something? Or like, I mean, by the time you get there, you're gonna probably re-sign him anyway, so it's not gonna matter. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see next offseason. That'll be probably the big thing. Like right now is the Gonzalez contract, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I think next offseason, that's going to be the Drake May thing, where it's like, do they do the big deal now? Do they wait? Like how long do they wait? Do they do it mid-season? Do they make them play out that year? Like what happens? So yeah, it's exciting to think about, but it's also anxiety inducing because I don't want to think about the potential of your star quarterback maybe coming to a contract dispute with your team. Like
Mhm.
I don't like thinking of that. But yeah, we'll see. I do think that Drake May gets signed next offseason, but the Mahomes thing, like you said, I don't think Drake May gets more than that. And he shouldn't at the moment. So
Right.
again, props to Patrick Mahomes. Good for them, good for the Chiefs, but I don't think this contract's going to look good in a few years. But all right, moving on. Do you have anything else on the Mahomes?
No.
Good.
No.
Like I said, Vrabel spoke a little bit today and yesterday too, but today really we don't need to jump into anything major. Just one thing he did talk about Stephon Diggs. And I think we spoke about Diggs last episode, and I think even before that too, we've been talking about him a little bit. There's a lot of scuttlebutt, a lot of rumors about Diggs potentially coming to the Patriots, coming back to the Patriots. Even though like there's really been no reporting of that, I think it's just like rumors of it.
It's speculation. That's all it is. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of people connecting dots where it's like he hasn't been signed, no team has been linked to him. The Patriots could use a team. He liked he's posting videos of him on the Patriots, you know. So maybe like I don't know. Even though I think Diggs is posting videos of himself to just kind of sell himself to a team.
mhm.
But anyways, though, Vrabel was asked today about the potential of Stephon Diggs returning. Vrabel said, and I quote, "We're happy with where we're at right now. I appreciate Stephon as a person and as a player and for what he did for us last year. I'll value that. Helped us win football games, helped us get to where we got. But right now, I don't think that that's something that we're exploring, but I would never say no. Al, I am sorry to say we're shutting the book on Stephon Diggs. That's what that tells me."
Thank you very much for saying it. I couldn't have said it better myself. And listen, I liked Stephon Diggs last year. He was a
Mhm,
good fit for the right time in the Patriots' tenure to try to get back to relevancy. But guess what? You got AJ Brown now. You have Romeo Dobbs. You got Kyle Williams, that a lot of people are saying is making a jump in the offense. You still
mhm,
have Mac Hollins in this offense. You still have Hunter Henry as a tight end in your offense. You have the backup tight end, Eli Reardon, that's going to be making a contribution probably this year with Julian
mhm.
Hill out. You have Ramondre and Travion in the backfield. You got plenty of weapons now. Thanks, Stefan. Like, excuse me, we appreciate what you did, but we're good. Like, just we're good, man. Just go get your money elsewhere and let us worry about this. Like, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it would be like going backwards to me. Like you had Diggs and Booty as your top two guys last year. Now going into this year, you've upgraded across the board. You have AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs. Like that is an upgrade. And then, like you said, Kyle Williams, I think he deserves and he needs the snaps. He needs the plays. Like I don't want Diggs taking away snaps from any of those three guys.
Right.
I guess you could have him take snaps away from Mac Hollins, but they don't really play a similar role
No.
exactly. So it's like where would he fit? And like if Diggs is going to come here, he's good enough, he warrants and he deserves targets. And like I don't know, like it's not a fit. Like I wouldn't be upset, and I think I've said that. Like I wouldn't be pissed about it, but just kind of my thing is I don't really want him, and I think Vrabel just kind of echoed pretty much everything we said here. We're like, we like what you did, thank you, but where we're at right now, and I think this is a vote of confidence for everybody in that room for Vrabel saying this, where he's like, I think we're good right now. You got our top two guys. You
Mhm.
got Booty and Williams kind of as your, 3-4, 4-3, however you want to put them. Then you got Hollins, Pop, Chisholm. They're out there too. They got that Dixon kid, that the undrafted free agent who I keep bringing up. Who knows if he's going to make the team, but I just think it's worth bringing him up because they did give him the biggest undrafted free agent contract they've ever given a wide receiver. They did that last season to Efton Chisholm, and Chisholm got signed to the team. So
Right. Right.
um, yeah, I think they have six wide receivers right now, like probably going into the year. I don't know. Like Diggs, go somewhere else. Just please don't go to like the Chiefs or go back to the Bills.
Yeah,
That's
don't
all
do
I'm
that.
saying. Do you have any idea where Diggs might go if you had to kind of throw the dart at the dartboard?
A lot of people have been saying the Commanders because he went to Maryland for college, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
Mhm.
that's a possibility. Another team that I could weirdly see them sign him is the Ravens, because the Ravens
Yep.
like the older veteran type in the receivers. I mean, look at who they've signed. They've signed literally like Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins,
Mhm.
like those type of receivers,
That's
right?
what they do. Yep.
Right.
That's what they do.
So those are the two teams that kind of stand out. I'm almost wondering, and this is just me completely just throwing stuff against the board and seeing if it sticks. I wonder if the Bengals would be a fit because you have Higgins and Chase on the outside, and then you could have Diggs in the slot. Like I'm almost curious if that could work.
That'd be a good fit. Yeah, I think on the field it'd be a good fit. I don't really know where the Bengals are cap space and stuff, but Yeah, I think that would be a fit. I don't know why I keep thinking Atlanta. I
Yeah,
feel like
I can see
maybe
that.
that would be something. Although Stephon Diggs in Atlanta would be a monster. Like, dude, we don't not on the field. I'm talking off the field. Like, there are far too many strip clubs in Atlanta for Stephon Diggs to be hanging out down there. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm sure a team will pick him up because he deserves to be on the team. But I'm sorry to pop everybody's bubble. He's not coming back to New England, and the head coach pretty much just said that. So whatever. We move on. Speaking of wide receivers, AJ Brown, he's at mini camp. Obviously, he's acclimating. A lot of little stories coming out about AJ Brown. For instance, they Vrabel wanted him to lead one of the workout lines on day one. He said no. He wanted to earn it. He's all smiles. He had the comments where he's like, "This isn't. I know this isn't heaven, but it's damn near close to it." Everybody seems to be happy he's here. It just seems like this is a match made in heaven. And then obviously there's the videos coming from practice with the back shoulder fades or the back shoulder throws, the fades, the little slants and everything. Any new thoughts on just the first full week with AJ Brown on the team? Or are you still just as excited as before?
This is great. This is great.
Right?
And
Right?
it's so nice. And I love Liam. I do. He's gonna be at my wedding just like you are, and I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. But my God, was he insufferable the whole time dealing with the AJ Brown scenario before he got here? Because again, like you and I talked about the whole offseason, it was the fact that Schefter and Rappaport and Pelissero and Garofalo and I'm trying to think, and before all the stuff, not to be funny, but like Diana Rossini,
Yep.
Josina Anderson, they all were saying it. They were
Hmm.
like, AJ Brown is going to be a Patriot, and it's probably going to be sometime after June 1st. And like, if it's just one report, all right, fine, whatever. But it's the fact that all the news outlets were saying it. But I digress. When you watch it and you're watching and seeing like the highlights from the mandatory minicamp, and you're seeing Drake May hits AJ Brown on a back shoulder fade, like, you know, May finds Brown in the red zone. Like,
Hmm.
that's why you brought this guy in to be that guy for Drake May. And so far, it's a love fest because obviously it's only been a week, a
Hmm.
little over a week, but still, I think AJ Brown is rejuvenated. He's back with Mike Vrabel. He's back with some of his former Titans and Eagles teammates, because don't forget,
Yep.
played with Milton Williams the Super Bowl year that the
Hmm.
Eagles won it. So he's in a good situation now. And he's with a good quarterback. You go from Jalen Hurts to Drake May. That's a pretty big jump right now. Like you
Yep.
can't even deny it. And by the way, Eagles fans online are so funny with just how delusional they are and just trying to find like just throw stones at AJ Brown. It's like he gave you 4 good years. He helped you win a Super Bowl. Be grateful and just move on. Like it was time.
It's crazy. First of all, I think it's crazy. You mentioned all those reporters had pretty much the same report. It's crazy that Vrabel was sleeping with every single one of those reporters because that's the thing with Diana Rossini, right? Where that's what the only reason she was reporting that, right, was just because Vrabel was sleeping with her, right? Like, God, people are so stupid. Like, they just think that that was like some sort of collusion thing where she's like, "I'm gonna sleep with you. You tell me what's going on with AJ Brown." Like, no, this deal was done. It just came out that it was done mid-May, basically. Like everybody knew about it. Yeah, like you said though, Eagles fans online trying to talk themselves into like, oh yeah, well Devontae Smith only needs like 100 and something yards to pass AJ Brown. He's played in
Mm-hmm.
like 25 more games on the Eagles than AJ Brown has. So, okay, whatever you think that is, let's go see if the Slim Reaper, whatever you want to call him over there, can
Oh
match
my
what AJ
gosh.
Brown did. Like, I think that's what they called Kevin Durant for like a year, wasn't it, or something? I
That's
think
yeah,
they
that
did.
that's been his nickname. Like that's so dumb.
Not great because it's very easy to slip up and say bad things when you're saying that name. Like it's just I don't know. Dumb nickname, dumb team, trash fan base, trash Liam for thinking that AJ Brown wasn't going to come here. We tried to lay out to him. Whether we were trying to be calm about it, whether we were trying to force it down his throat, AJ Brown was coming here and he came here. And like you said, it is the honeymoon period. I think that you're going to see a lot more improvement from this Patriots offense in the red zone. I think AJ Brown just being out there is going to open up the run game as well because people are going to have to, defenses are going to shade a little bit over to him. Can't crowd the box. I think I mentioned that last week or the week before. Like I just think he is going to be just his what he's going to do to this offense. I don't think you can understate it. Like you're gonna have people covering him, maybe double teaming him. And I think that McDaniels can kind of draw up around that. So yeah, I'm very excited. Seems like Drake May, everybody seems to be pumped about it. Like Josh McDaniels called him like he compared him to Gronk, which that was crazy, but you kind of get it. He's huge. And we know Gronk did well with Josh McDaniels. So it seems like Kevin Byard, he was one of the ones who played with AJ Brown in Tennessee. He was like, I want him to come here. Hoped he came here. He came here. Whenever he's on the field, I got to kind of know where he is and shade my coverage that way. You have the interception leader last year saying that about a wide receiver on your team. That is not a small thing. It's not a small thing that you have a wide receiver who 6 of his 7 years in the league has had over 1,000 yards on your team now. Like this is very, very big. And I think I mentioned it before, but another signing like AJ Brown being here is making the Romeo Dobbs signing kind of go under the radar, which I don't think it should. It's making the fact that Drake May is finally in the second year of a Josh McDaniels, not just any offense, of a Josh McDaniels offense. That's getting slid under the radar. And May said it today. And I think Ramondre Stevenson echoed these same sentiments about May in the offense. But May was like, it's night and day from last year. I'm paraphrasing. But he was like, last year, we were just trying to make sure we got everything in line. This year, like now we're building on that. I think this offense is really going to shock people this year. Maybe
I do
not New
too.
England fans or maybe not Patriots fans because I think we are aware of what's going on up here. Um, but yeah, man, I can't wait to see AJ Brown out there. I can't wait till we get the joint practices. I think the Eagles are in a few weeks. I know they're not the first team. I forget who the first team is that's coming in, if I remember correctly, but I don't believe it's the Eagles. Um, but yeah, man, I can't wait till competitive practices. Can't wait till they actually throw the pads on and start, hitting a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm still excited about AJ Brown. It's not going to feel real until we see him in a game, but I'm amped up about it. I can't wait. And if you're listening, you should be too. AJ
They,
Brown thoughts? Keep going.
well, I was just gonna say they have some AJ Brown specials on DraftKings if you want to hear some fun little
Rattle them
tidbits.
off? Yep.
AJ Brown to break the NFL regular season receiving yards record, which is 1,965. That's plus 4,000. Now it's out there, but
Jesus.
still. Patriots to win the Super Bowl. AJ Brown to win Offensive Player of the Year plus 10,000. Drake May to win off regular season MVP and AJ Brown to win Offensive Player of the Year plus 8,000. But it's just the fact that there's AJ Brown specials. Like
I
that's the
know.
fun part. That's
Yeah.
the great part. I'm trying to see what else there is. I think they have. So yeah, I
It's
mean
because he's good. That's how you know he's good. That they have you got fucking betting sites being like, all right, we're actually gonna have specials now, and he's on your team.
I know it's nuts. And I'm just trying to look for like week two. Like the Patriots, I think, and I don't know how much they were before AJ Brown. Now they have AJ Brown. Week two against Pittsburgh, they're 4.5 point favorites, and they're minus 225 money line. So like people are expecting that to be an easy win.
Yep.
And it's so, again, I'm just going to repeat myself. It's so nice to have somebody that defensive coordinators need to game plan for now. And like you said, it's going to open things up for Romeo Dobbs, for Kyle Williams, for Mac Hollins, for everybody else in that offense. And AJ
Yeah.
Brown's still going to get his. That's the best part about this.
Yards. I've been going back and forth. Don't need like an exact number, like 1152. What number would you be happy with? Like a realistic number that AJ Brown hits this year, yards wise.
Yards wise, and this might sound a little underwhelming, but I'm going to say at least 800 yards because of the talent you have,
Okay.
because of the talent you have around him. Because you have to
Okay.
think some of these teams like the Bills, the Seahawks, like they're gonna game plan for AJ Brown. He might get taken out of a couple of these games and have some, low productivity in those games. But there's going to be some games like a Pittsburgh, like a Vegas, like the Jets, where he'll go off for some big numbers. But I think because Josh McDaniels' offense is buying the open man, it's like playing like, in the backyard with all your friends and you're just, throwing it all over the place, right? I
Mhm.
think Romeo Dobbs is going to have 600 to 700 yards. I think Kyle Williams is going to have a couple breakout games like he did last year. Matt Collins will have his games. So it's not so much a detriment to A.J. Brown. It's actually a compliment because of how good he is. And that's going to propel everybody else up as well. And I think as well, if he gets like 5 or 6 touchdowns, I think that's like, obviously in the group chat, we're like, oh yeah, 10 plus, 10 plus. But I think if he
Mhm.
gets 5 or 6 and it's being spread around, I think that is the key to a successful 2026.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I know people will hear the 800 plus number and be like, "Whoa, what?" I get what you're saying. Like you said, it's more of a compliment to the offense as a whole. And then you got to think they also got to run the ball too. So they're going to do that. What I think though, I think he goes over 1,000. I think he has 11 touchdowns. I think he's going to be a red zone monster. That's why I don't think these are going to be huge, deep touchdowns or anything. I just think it's like, oh, they get to the red zone. They're at like the 5 yard line. Cool. Back shoulder to AJ Brown or a fade to AJ Brown or something. And I think you're going to see that a lot. And I just think that he's going to have some monster games. I think this Patriots offense might be a top three offense in the league. That's why I think he can get over 1,000, and you can still have Romeo Dobbs getting like 700 and change, high 600s. Still have Kyle Williams getting, getting his or whatever. Like I just think that you can. This offense is going to be spreading the ball out enough to where I don't know. Like I said, my hopes. I'm really trying to suppress like the optimistic Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, Mike. I'm
The,
trying to put him
the,
in
the
the closet
fanboy,
for now.
yeah, you want to get away from fanboy Mike,
I'm
like
trying.
extreme
Oh,
fanboy Mike.
dude, he keeps popping up. I'm like, we're gonna have 3,000 yard receivers. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, but yeah, no, I do realistically though. I think he goes over 1,000. Whether it's like just over 1,000, like Diggs was last year, or like AJ Brown was last year. I think he had like 1,003 yards or something like that, 1,030 or something.
Something like that.
Or if it's like 1,100 and change or something. But yeah, I just think he's whatever it is. And I know people will bring up numbers and all that stuff. How I'll decide if AJ Brown has a good year is just watching the games week in and week out. Did he show up? If he had one game where he had 4 for 63, but those four catches were good plays, those were 63 good yards. He had a touchdown. Like he just like if he has a good season, that's all I care about. Numbers are fun to talk about. Like we'll talk about him with May as we get closer to the year. Like, is he going to eclipse 4,000? Is he going to hit 4,500? Like, what's May? Like, that's going to be a fun episode. But at the end of the day, AJ Brown, him having a good year, it's not just numbers, but I do think he's also going to put up some good numbers as well. So, yeah, we'll see. I can't wait. Every single video that comes out with him, I get more and more excited. So, yeah, keep posting the videos, Patriots. Like anybody who's at the games, or at the practices, keep posting them, keep doing your stuff. You are doing a service to every Patriots fan out there. So, AJ Brown is a Patriot. I feel like I need to remind people of that once again. Which is crazy, dude. I can't believe I've never been so wrong on a take when you said that this offense or the Patriots needed a number one receiver. And I was like, no, no, no. And now I'm over here like, we fucking got one, boys. Like crazy, crazy. All right. Mandatory minicamp, like I said, is starting. Everybody showed up. Well, actually, except for one person. Christian Gonzalez showed up. Keyshawn Booty showed up. Gabe Akis. His last name, by the way, is pronounced Akis. It's spelt Jackus. It is pronounced Akis. Please, people, get this right. I'm so sick of people saying Yakis, Jackass, whatever. It's fucking Akis. Like, God, it's so annoying, especially the people that know it and continue to do it. Like, you're not.
Thank you for
Stop.
telling me because I would have said it the
Oh
wrong way. Thank
no.
you.
Oh, it was okay. I wasn't even saying, but you too. Then
I would have said
fuck.
it wrong. I would have said it wrong.
Just like how Liam always says Romeo Dubes.
Yeah.
It's
Gee,
Dobbs.
I wonder why he said it that
I know,
way.
yeah, right, exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
But yeah, Gabe Akis, he is the only second rounder in the NFL and the only Patriots draft pick not to have signed his rookie contract yet. We don't need to spend a ton of time on it, but he is not at mandatory minicamp. They asked Vrabel about it. He said, well, everybody under contract is here. Gabe isn't under contract, and he also just had a procedure. Coming out of his final year in college, he had like a hamstring thing. We don't know what the procedure was or whatever. I'm sure it's kind of Vrabel. Like he might have had some sort of a procedure just to kind of tighten things up and whatnot. But I think Vrabel is just kind of covering for his guy. Do you see this Gabe Akis thing being a thing, a story, or are you just saying this is just how rookies are now, kind of coming into the league?
This is how rookies are. I mean, look at Travion Henderson last year. He didn't sign until July 19th. So, like, this is bound to happen. All the reporters are saying the same thing. Like, this is just par for the course. Like, this is going to get done. They want to get it done. Akis wants to get it done. Like, just get the deal done. Get it done, which I know they're going to get it done, but it's going to take some time. So, you know what? You know, you have an edge rusher there, but I think this also bears in mind you need to get a little more aggressive and you might need to add another piece here. You need to add an edge rusher. Add another one. Who cares? Like if it requires you to trade away a Keyshawn Booty, you got to do it.
I think that's why I wanted to look up free agent edge rushers NFL. I want to see who's a free agent. Um, so Joey Bosa, AJ Epinesa just got signed. Yannick Ngakoue, Derek Barnett, and then I know that Cam Jordan is still out there if I remember correctly. I wouldn't mind getting Cam Jordan, but like I don't know if they're going to make a trade. If they do, Kayvon Thibodeau is right there
I
at the
know.
Giants. Like he is right there. Josh Sweat, he's at Commander's practice, but he's not practicing with the team. No one knows why. I wouldn't mind sending some or giving them a call, seeing what they want. Now, again, I don't think you need to really overextend with sending picks out because I think if they go into the year with what they have, I think they will be fine. But like you said, I would like them to add just one more piece there. Doesn't need to be like Miles Garrett-esque, even though I know he just got traded. But like it doesn't need to be someone major like that. But like a Kayvon Thibodeau, sign someone for 1 year off the free agent pile or whatever. But yeah, I'm not worried about Gabe Akis. I think he'll be there. Like these second round picks, it's been a thing the last couple of years where whether it's the players or the agents of the players who kind of want them to get paid similar to first round picks. It is what it is, man. Like contract stuff always gets messy, and we're about to talk about another one.
Mhm.
Like, who cares? He is still nursing a hamstring injury too, so whatever, man. You're not even under contract. I wouldn't come here either. Um, Whatever. Like Mike Reese, the Holy Grail, he was one of the guys who, like you mentioned, said that he will be here sooner than later. So whatever. He'll get here. He'll get here when he gets here. And I can't wait to see him on the field because everything we've heard about him, he should be a rock star on this team this year. So we'll see.
Yes.
I did like Vrabel though. I don't know if you saw in the press conference, they asked him if Vrabel was frustrated. And before the reporter could even get past the word frustrated about Gabe Akis not being there, Vrabel was like, nope, not frustrated at all. So I think Vrabel gets it. He probably doesn't like all the contract stuff, but he also gets it because he had contract issues with the Patriots way
Right.
back in his playing days. So whatever. Yeah, just something I didn't even think about bringing it up, but I saw his name pop up real quick and I was like, shit, we should probably just mention that. But um, the real big contract thing though, that everyone is talking about, Christian Gonzalez. He is at minicamp. He's not participating in team drills, but he is doing everything else. Um, they asked him about it and they asked Vrabel about it. Vrabel said that the conversations have been good. Vrabel also said that he is not the one negotiating the deal, which makes sense because it's not. It's the agent and Kraft or whoever, whatever representative is. I know Vrabel has some say in it, but like it's not like Vrabel's sitting there at the desk being like, "What are we doing?" They asked Christian Gonzalez about it as well. His answers were a little bit more. I don't know if it's how Gonzo talks, how he always has like a smirk on his face.
Yeah.
Um, but like the people who talk like that have always irked me. And I'm not saying Gonzalez irks me, but like it just,
I know.
I've always been like, why are you smiling? Like, what are you smiling about? There's nothing to smile about. Um,
It's like
but
people get like so uncomfortable that that's like
yep.
their just natural go-to. It's like, no, it's nothing. It's almost like, and you'll love this. It's like the Joker. when the
Mhm.
Joker in the movie is like, I just have this condition, obviously it didn't end well for him, but it's like, I'm not trying to do this. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, he just smiles. And I know you won't get this. I'm sure some of our listeners will. Love Island, there's a guy, a contestant on Love Island who he does that too. He smirks, and it's the funniest thing in the world. Like whenever people get awkward, they just like make faces because they don't know what else to do.
Absolutely.
But if you don't watch Love Island, you and your lady should watch that. It is a trashy show, but it's
I think she
entertaining as hell.
does. I think
Yeah, damn
she
right.
does watch it.
Casey, go ask her about Casey after this. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, he has like he smirks. It's very funny."
Fair
But
enough.
I digress. This isn't the Love Island episode. We'll do that next week, or we'll figure it out.
Love
But
Island watch along in the off season.
but yeah, or when Casa Amor drops, oh my God, talk to her about Casa Amor. That is gonna go be nuts. Dude, they send contestants to a different island with different people. It's nuts.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, yeah, Gonzalez said, kind of put everything on his agent. He was like, I want to be here, love New England, the generic answers, and he's like, reporters asking him, are you optimistic a deal is going to get done? I want to be here. That's with my agent. Do you think a deal is close to being done? I hope so. It's between them. Like, why weren't you here before? I talked to the coaches. We kind of came to an agreement. I'm a grown man, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Again, it all just seems like contract stuff. Even though I think the deal is going to get done, it's getting annoying to me, just the situation. But how do you feel about it? Do you think a contract is still going to get done? Because I believe you were in the same boat as me where you were pretty sure something's getting done. Has that changed? And just like, how do you feel about Gonzalez doing like a hold in?
I think that for now it's fine. Like he's saying all the right things. He's saying he wants to be in New England. This is where he got drafted and everything else. It reminds me of a much more tamed Matthew Judon situation. Doesn't it a little bit? It's
Yep.
like it has that same sort of feeling, but you feel like this is going to get done. Like with Judon, we were like, okay, like this should get done. But Judon was older. He wasn't drafted by the Patriots, so a little bit different situation. But this one, it's like, all right, Gonzalez has been here for 4 years, went to the Super Bowl last year with New England. Like, this is his home. And he
Mhm.
recognizes this is my home. So again, I would be very surprised if this doesn't get done, but you don't want it to get to the point that it did with Judon. That's my only concern.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, where Judon was, like sitting on the pads and everything, and just like kind of being a
Mm-hmm.
nuisance at practice. Um, yeah, I agree. I hope it doesn't get there. I do like. There's just no way in my head, like looking at it, like at some point, Vrabel has to kind of step in and tell Kraft, like, listen, man, this is we did it. Like he is a success story. Like we drafted him in the first round. He fell to it. Gonzalez shouldn't even be on the Patriots.
I know.
He
He should be on the
fell to them.
Commanders.
Yeah. He fell to the Patriots. They ended up getting him. Belichick, great draft pick, even though it was kind of obvious, but still, great pick. You did it. You drafted an all pro corner. That doesn't happen anymore. Or a Pro Bowl corner. Like you got him, re sign him. Like it's that simple. But I think the thing that is holding this up is Devin Witherspoon of the Seattle Seahawks
Yeah, yeah.
because he too is up for a contract. So I think that you have kind of a staring contest between both these people, between Witherspoon and Gonzalez, between the Seahawks and the Patriots, where it's like, listen, I'm not going to do it first because whatever, like as a player, I don't want to sign first because I want to be the highest paid corner in the league. The second I sign, this guy over here on the other side of the country is going to sign for $3 million more. And then as the team, you're like, you want to get it done first because you don't want to be the team that has to pay a little bit more because the player and the agent want the player to be the highest paid at his position. So, like, I don't know. Like, that's really why I think it's being held up, like at the core of it. Do you lend any credence to that, or do you think it's just kind of negotiation?
I think it's a little bit of that. I think it's kind of this game of like chicken, almost like a game of cat and mouse, being like, oh, what are you going to do? Oh, wait, what are you going to do?
Hmm.
No, what are you going to do? And it's like, all right, like if you're going to play this game, it's a slippery slope. It really is. So that's my only concern with it. Is if you're
Yeah.
going to keep doing that, that's fine, but I don't think it's going to end up well for you. Now, do I think they still get the deal done? Yes, absolutely. They get that deal
Okay.
done. But do I think it's going to take a little longer than people like us are hoping for? Yes, I do think it's going to take a little longer.
For what it's worth, Liam feels basically the same way that we do, where Gonzalez is just kind of doing his job as a player, where he's just trying to hold out, not actually hold out, but just hold out to get the best deal possible. His agent's doing the same thing, where his agent says, I got a player here where I can get a massive contract. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. And then obviously, the Patriots and Kraft, they're trying not to give as big a contract, but I don't know. Like, Kraft just made a deal for AJ Brown, spent a lot of money the last couple of years. Like maybe he's in the spending mood. Like I know when I go out sometimes, I buy one thing and I'm like, shit, you know what? Let's buy some more stuff. Maybe he's in the spending mood now, which I hope
Right.
he is. But I'm like you. I do think a deal gets done. I think between those two corners, Witherspoon and Gonzalez, I think once one gets signed, the other one gets signed 24 to 48 hours later. I think it's going to be instant because I do think that those two are kind of going back and forth. But a deal has to get done, right? Because like you don't want to let this
Hmm.
go into the season. Because if it does, I could see it, and this would upset me. But where things are going, I might be able to see this happening. I could see Gonzalez holding out and not playing regular season games.
I don't think it'll get to that point. I would be shocked if it got to that point. Then it's just
Yeah.
like, what are we? Yeah, because then it's just like, what are we doing? Like
Hmm.
he wants to be here. You want him to be here. You need him in this defense.
Yep.
Why are you screwing around with this? Don't screw around.
No,
Like it's
and not just that. You need him week one. Like
yeah.
you need
You
him
didn't have
against
him.
JSN.
You didn't have him week one last year.
Hmm.
You didn't have him the
Hmm.
first 3 weeks last year. So why are you gonna mess with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it gets to that point either. I'm just kind of thinking like worst case scenario, but yeah, I think it happens maybe later rather than sooner, but I think it happens before it impacts the Patriots regular season. Um and yeah, I think that'll be just another check in the good column for the Patriots offseason. Like I don't think you could ask for. Sure, there might be players maybe you wish they got or whatever, but I don't think you could ask for overall a better two off seasons than the Patriots and Mike Vrabel have put together last year and this year. Like and then if you want to sandwich those two with the actual season in between, a Super Bowl appearance, like I don't know. So I feel like you got to keep the momentum going, get Gonzo on the team, whatever it happens to be. I do think at the end of the day, like you said, though, the Patriots are going to concede. They're going to give him what he wants. I don't know if it's guaranteed money. Whatever the issue is, it's normally guaranteed money. Just do it. Just get him on the team. Like he is a
Enough.
huge piece of the defense. So, um, yeah, we'll see. But he is there. He is at practice. So I think that at least goes to show that he's not pissed off at the team, you know? So I
Mhm.
think this is just contract stuff. That's all it is. Um, so any other thoughts, final thoughts on Gonzo?
No, just get the deal done and have him ready for week one. You need him against Seattle, like you said. So get
Yep.
him back, please.
Yep. Another guy who was holding out during voluntary training camp was Kayshon Boutte. He was posting pictures on the beach and whatnot, doing stuff. And then as the week of mandatory minicamp came up, he was posting pictures that he was in New England. So people were like, oh, maybe he is going to show up. He did show up. Not only did Kayshon Boutte show up, he fully participated. So he's been participating week in, week out, or day in, day out. And there's been reports of offensive lineups with him and AJ Brown on the field at the same time. Kayshon Boutte at the X, Antonio Brown at the Z wide receiver position, or switch sometimes. Like, I, I don't know. Even though I think that Kayshon Boutte still might get traded, I'm starting to see the vision of having both of them on the field. But at the same time, but Kayshon Boutte is here. He's hugging Josh McDaniels. He's saying he's happy that AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs are here. Um, were you surprised at all that Boutte showed up? And do you think he is on the team for the season?
Am I surprised he's at minicamp? No. Do I think he's on the team for the season? Also, no. I think he ends up getting traded. I think he ends up going somewhere where he's going to have a bigger opportunity to be a potential, like he was last year for the Patriots, like their number two solidified receiver. I think
Mhm.
he finds that elsewhere. And again, I go back to an earlier point that we had in this episode. You can trade him to the Giants and get Thibodeau here. A need for a need, and then you throw in a pick swap, whatever. I think it's a crowded room, and I think, excuse me, I think eventually there's going to come a time where Dobbs is going to want more touches. AJ Brown want more touches, and you're not going to be able to get touches for Kayshon Boutte, and that could be a
Mhm.
problem. So I think he's playing everything right, like he's saying all the right things, so that way he can be more marketable. So that way it's like, okay, if I'm another team in the NFL, I'm not trading for a pain in the ass here. I'm trading for a guy that's a professional.
Mhm.
So that's where I think it is. Like, cool, people have their visions. Like I know you said you have a vision. Great. I still don't see it. Like I know they're running ones right now. I still don't see it.
No, I get it, and it's gonna suck because I think Kayshon Boutte is gonna be that one trade or that one release. Not that he'd be released, but just that one type of player where Patriots fans are upset about because they like the guy. He loves Boston. He loves New England. He had quotes saying it today. He was like, he sees it as his home now, and it's like, God, man, it's gonna be bittersweet to see the Patriots send wide receiver Kayshon Boutte and sixth round pick to the Giants for Kayvon Thibodeau in 2026 seventh round pick or whatever it happens to be. It's gonna suck, but I do think that even though it sounds cool, like I said, having visions of both of them on the field at the same time, you don't need it. It's a crowded room. I could see him getting shipped out. Yeah. And I hope it is to the Giants for Kayvon Thibodeau. You need a pass rusher. Go get him. And I know everybody says go get him. I hate saying that because it's never that simple. But like that's what I would do, and that's what I would like to see happen. Nothing against Kayshon Boutte, but I just think that Patriots fans, as we normally do, are overvaluing someone on our team. Like
Right.
Kayshon Boutte is a number three with like potential two upside on like a not great offense. Like that's what he is. I know he was the leading receiver, or a couple of years ago, he had some great catches last year. He has talent, but like when you have a room bereft of talent, like of course he's going to be your leading receiver a couple of years ago. Like you know what I mean? It's
I
almost
do.
like I don't know. Like he's just a good player, and it always sucks when good players get traded because you can really hype yourself up about them. But I don't know. Hopefully the Giants are hyped up about him too. So I think that'd be interesting if he went there. And Thibodeau did come here, but we'll see. But Kayshon Boutte and Christian Gonzalez are both at mandatory minicamp right now as we speak. Do you think Gonzo gets signed before we record again next week?
No. I
No,
think
me
it's
neither.
gonna I
Yep.
think it's gonna linger a little
Yep.
bit.
Yeah, I think this is a multi-week thing, and it's going to be so annoying to hear everybody talk about it, including the players talk about it, because I know they don't want to hear about it. Um, Another player, just a couple more things, and then I think we're out of here. Caleb Lomu, day one when he stepped on the field, I'm not even talking mandatory, I'm talking voluntary. He practiced at left tackle, and everybody lost their mind. All the Will Campbell haters came out. Look, they drafted him to be left tackle. Will Campbell, get used to left guard, buddy. Like, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. No, 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 no. Will Campbell, once again, is your left tackle. He is a damn good left tackle, especially as a rookie. I think he'll develop into a very good one. But Caleb Lomu, almost exclusively has practiced on the right side of the offensive line. The only time he has been to the left side is to back up Will Campbell, which means he is going to be your swing tackle. If you aren't aware of what that is, that's someone where if you need a sixth offensive tackle to put in there, you put him next to Will Campbell because he can kind of do what he's got to do on runs. If you want to, pass pro on the left side, you put him over there. Will Campbell is your left tackle. Caleb Lomu will eventually be your right tackle, which he has been practicing at because Morgan Moses has been out the last couple days. Veteran rest, he kind of got a little dinged up too. But I'm sure you saw the Caleb Lomu stuff where he's been practicing at right tackle, and with Moses being out too. Two-pronged question. Are you surprised that Caleb Lomu is practicing at right tackle? And do you think we see him starting this year? Because Morgan Moses already a little dinged up.
No, I think you're going to see him at left tackle and right tackle in a swing tackle capacity, like you said. I think it's when Will Campbell needs a breather and Morgan Moses needs a breather, you can bring in Lomu to be that guy for a couple series and maybe even an entire quarter or a half. Or if Morgan Moses gets injured this year, which excuse me, hot take. I do think Moses is going to miss some time this year because he was so healthy last year. I think
Mhm.
you're going to see him get dinged up a little bit. And you know what? If he has to play a series or two for Will Campbell, whether Campbell misses an assignment, gets a couple penalties, or he gets injured again, it's all right. That's what having depth is all about. That's why you brought this kid in because when Moses inevitably retires after the 2026 season or
Mhm.
just leaves or whatever, there's your right tackle for the future. Now you got your tackles. Now you have your center. And now you just got to work on the guards for the long term of the future.
Dude, we've come such a long way with this offensive line. Like you got, regardless of how you feel about them, at least you have starting caliber solidified people along the entire offensive line. But like you said, the only way I see Lomu playing left tackle is if Campbell gets hurt. I don't see Vrabel pulling him at all. If he does, I think that's going to have to be catastrophic, which I don't think is going to happen. But I do agree with you. The pendulum. What did I say? Pendulum. How
Pendulum,
do
yeah.
you say it? I say pendulum.
Pendulum.
Yeah, exactly. Akis is going to have to swing, in the opposite direction now. Like you said, Morgan Moses totally healthy last year. I think unfortunately he might miss some time. He's just getting up there in age. And I think Caleb Lomu is going to step in and get used to seeing it because, like you said, that's your three, your young core right there. Your left tackle, your center, and your right tackle. You can even put Elijah Vera Tucker there as your left guard of the future too, because he's what, 25, 26?
I'll
If I
look that
remember
up right
correctly.
now. I'll look it up
Yeah,
right now.
I'm pretty sure he is relatively young too. The only elder statesman is Big Mike at right guard, Mike and Wenning.
And he's like 28, 29.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm saying he might not be there because I think that this is his last, or I know he's got like a couple of years left or whatever because they re-signed him or they reworked his thing. I think this might be one of his last years, but yeah, I think you got Will Campbell. Did you get how old
Yeah, Vera
Vera
Tucker's
Tucker?
20. He's turning 27 in a week.
Okay, so he's a little older than I thought, but okay, so you have Vera Tucker for a few years, for a little bit there. But either way, you have your most important positions on the offensive line, ideally set for the next 5 years. Love that.
Mhm.
Love that. And I love that there's been no reports of like Jared Wilson, Will Campbell, like they look out of place. No one's even talking about them, which is so good. So good. Now let's see when you actually get, joint practices. Let's see how they look then. But yeah, I think Patriots fans, you got a lot to be excited about on the offensive line. Last but not least, we normally start the episode with him. We'll end it with him. Drake May, everyone to a man has said he looks damn good this offseason so far. I think he was like 20 of 23 yesterday. He's tight spirals. He's putting the ball over Robert Spillane. He looks like he has more control of the offense. He seems excited. Josh McDaniels seems downright giddy talking about him. I'm sure you've seen the same reports, the same clips, everything I've seen. What's your excitement level on Drake May right now?
Let's see here. 23 out of 10. I mean, you
Yes.
just like I want it to be week one. To be honest with you, I want it to be week two because you know what? I want to see the Patriots back in Gillette Stadium. I want to see AJ Brown in his home debut. Like I want to get to football season because Drake May is going to take such a leap this year,
Mhm.
like even more than last year.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like I want to see him now with a better offensive line, a better offense, just as a whole. Like I know it's going to be a tougher schedule, but I want to see that. Like I want to see what he looks like against like a little better defenses, better offenses, keeping him honest. Like I want to see it. And yeah, like I think everything, just all signs are pointing to Drake May above all else, above everybody else. AJ Brown, the offense, the defense, Gabe Akis coming back, whoever, Milton Williams, above everybody else. And it's like the chalk pick. but I'm most excited to see Drake May this year. I want to see him just tear the league apart. No more Josh Allen, no more Lamar Jackson, no more Patrick Mahomes in his $18 billion deal. Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. Trevor Lawrence with his hair down in Jacksonville. It's going to freeze when you come up to New England. Like CJ Stroud, okay, buddy, don't make me laugh. Like Fernando Mendoza, is that who we're worried about? I think Drake. I don't. Oh, I almost said things. I almost said crazy things. Okay, we're gonna reel fanboy Mike
Rein it
back
in.
in.
Rein it in, Mike. Rein it in.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to touch on the Patriots before we, or really anything else before we get out of here, Al?
No, just getting excited, man. Just getting excited.
Yep.
I
I
can't
think
say
we're
it
like
enough.
80 something days. I think 80 something days to real football now, if I remember
Yep.
correctly.
Yeah. And with no baseball this summer, it's needed. It's definitely needed.
We're not gonna do the normal like quick little baseball
There's no
portion that we
point.
have. Holy shit, dude. The game today, did you see any of the highlights for the Red Sox? They're
I don't
kicking
even
balls around.
bother. I don't even bother.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, just don't. Just don't. Yeah, none of it's good. World Cup this week, Al. You excited?
People have been asking me that, and I'm like, and I feel terrible for saying this, but I don't even know who's in the World Cup.
Nope. No
Like, I'm
clue.
just like, I know it's at Gillette, but like, I just haven't been paying attention. Like, you know, it's,
Yeah. It's just it's not like it's just not my sport. Like it's cool. Like if it's on, I'll watch it because it is still a sport. So like the whatever side of me will still be interested, the competitive side. But yeah, like go teams, go whoever's involved. Awesome, good for you guys. But yeah. Oh, early word out of the Sullivan household is I will probably be going to the November 1st Miami Patriots game in
there you go.
Miami. So we'll see. Last Patriots game I was at was the Miami Miracle. So I'm not bringing good juju down there. I'm just putting it out there. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens. But Al, you got nothing else, right?
Nothing else.
So for Al, for Oklahoma Liam, I'm Mike. This was Tuck Rule Takes episode 233. AJ Brown is still a Patriot as we speak right now. AJ Brown, if you Google it, go to NFL rosters, Patriots. AJ Brown is right there, number one on the depth chart. Eagles fans, eat your Philly trash hearts out. So for Al, Liam, I'm Mike. This was Tuck Rule Takes. We will see you next week. Sweet feet.
Sweet feet.